Hello, I am your Empress Divine, Miss Tasha Turner herself. Welcome to Queendom Come. Guys, it is my birthday. February 8th is my birthday. I'm on my 29th solar return. And today was pretty good. Um, eh, it was good. I can't complain. I can't complain at all, and I won't complain because I'm just happy for every day that I get, and every day is blessed. So I don't expect anything different for my birthday. It's just kind of that, how people, like go out with friends and turn up and stuff on their birthdays. I can't necessarily do that because I'm at that, awkward phase or awkward age where, all the people that you used to go get drunk with, we all have children now. And, some are married, most are in long-term relationships and or married. People have stuff to do. So I can't just go out and be, well, I could, because I don't mind going out by myself, but I don't know. I just feel like I should stay in and marinate in the energy of self care. So that's what I've been doing. I got out, a bit earlier today and I had my little unicorn headband on. So I got a lot of happy birthdays from random people and I have got gifts of love and money. So that's that's beautiful. That's always beautiful. But I didn't hear from the one person that I really wanted to hear from on my birthday. Y'all know how that go with this whole divine masculine journey and stuff. So, being in separation is not fun. But at the same time, it's like I see so much evolution in myself. And when I'm with somebody and they help me grow in the way that I've grown so much since I've been dealing with this person, I can't help but to love that person. I can't help but to love them. And that's anybody. If I'm friends with somebody and we go through things together and I go through stuff with you and I end up growing over the course of our relationship, then you're somebody who will always have a permanent place in my heart. So that's kind of what's going on with my DM right now. And, it's just making me just want to stay in. I don't have time to be going out acting like, I'm flexing like I'm out with somebody or like I'm doing something with somebody. Nope, I'm here at home working on what makes me feel good and what fulfills me, which is coming to y'all with messages. So I'm going to do a weekend general tarot reading. I will let, source, infinite intelligence, divine wisdom come through and lead the way. I don't have any specific question that I'm going to ask. It's just for the time period between February 8th through February 10th. Today, Saturday, and Sunday. Whatever wants to come out, come out. I am a clear and open channel. I invite infinite intelligence and divine wisdom to come through, and I'll use the cards to help me discern the energies that you want to present to everyone who watches this reading and who it is meant to resonate with. So let me start with the goddess guidance card. Oh yeah, just like the title says, it is my birthday. I can't see any live. I can't see any chats. So if you're writing something in the chat, I'll have to review it back later if the chat is even open. Um, well, yeah, I should check on that, huh? I should check on that. But usually it'll tell me if I have viewers, but it ain't telling me nothing here. Let's see if maybe I can go and look and see what's going on. Maybe I'll put this over and open up a new window. And let's see if it will show. Well, I hear my daughter in the background with all that. Go, go, go. Thank you, Mama Lisa. So I was able to pull it up in another window. I didn't think I'd be able to do that. Like I thought maybe it'll slow down the mainstream or something because the Wi-Fi where I'm at right now ain't the best as it is already. But yeah, I'm just gonna do a weekend reading, and like the title says, it's my birthday, so You can show a little love in super chat if you want to. I highly encourage it and definitely accept it because I love money. But yeah, if you don't, I ain't gonna feel no type of way. It's all love. And if you just send me pure positive energy, I'm gonna manifest abundance with that. So, it's all love. But anyway, I'm gonna get these goddess guidance cards cracking and see what they tell me. I read myself before I started this reading, and I only used one goddess guidance card, and it was such a full story that came out. So I'm not sure if I should do that or use the standard three that I've been using, but I'm sure that Source will lead me in the right direction. Goddess guidance. What do we have for the collective? Collective this weekend. What is it that the collective needs to be aware of or pay attention to? What energies can the collective utilize for their highest good this weekend, February 8th through February 10th? Okay, so we have compassion, guardian, and inner goddess. Mm. Compassion, release judgment about yourself and others and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. That's a word. Guardian says you and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. Inner goddess, awaken the goddess within you through dance, self care, and appreciating your divinity. That's the kind of energy that I'm feeling and that I've been on anyway. Not going anywhere and not having ideal circumstances for my birthday, but still just focusing on the love and the light that I get and being in a space of self care. So good to know that I'm a saint. But as for the collective, I feel like this is just a time to just be good to yourself and to others. See the good in yourself and others, even when it's hard. Like even when it's hard. I'm also feeling the energy of becoming aware of where you may have fearful reactions. People gonna always have an opinion. People gonna always have something to say, but you have to be so in love with yourself that when somebody comes against you, whether it be trying to put you down or making snide remarks or throwing shade or something, or in situations where people don't act the way you would like for them to act, or you feel like they're not honoring you, you just have to watch for fearful reactions. Everyone is not out to hurt you, and a lot of times we live very paranoid like that. We are a very self-centered generation and society, and it's almost like when people say or do things, we don't even give them permission to be flawed human beings because we are so busy expecting them to react to us or accept us the way we want to be reacted to or regarded or accepted. And I feel like this weekend is just a chance to just kind of sit back and know that, the universe is conspiring on your behalf. So the people that you see outside of yourself being a part of that universe, they are not out to get you. And when you kind of, exist in a fearful state of being, you find yourself snapping on people or getting kind of pissy when people don't act the way you want them to act. And all that's going to do is push away love even more because you are vibrating in a fearful, defensive energy. And that's just going to push love away from you. So let's not do that, y'all. Let's love ourselves first and foremost because you can't love nobody else unless you love yourself. And once you really get into loving yourself and embodying that goddess within or that God within, everything else is going to take care of itself. And you'll be able to be a lot more compassionate to other people because since you exist in a state of love, it'll be easier to, disregard other people's bad behaviors or toxic behaviors. It'll be easier to support people through their toxic behaviors, not enable them, but just support them, because you know that underneath it all, there's a good person within them too. Hey, hey, come on through, Source. All right, let's get 3 tarot card clarifiers for this compassion card. The card that reads, release judgments about yourself and others and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. We have the Four of Staffs, Ace of Cups, Page of Cups. So this is gonna be that type of reading, huh? Couldn't avoid it. This is gonna be that type of reading. I'm when I if you didn't notice, when I start with these goddess guidance cards, unless I'm specifically doing a love reading, I try to make it general in that it can apply to any situation. And the way I just, went about these goddess guidance cards, I was making it general so it could apply to how you deal with family members, how you deal with friends, how you deal with coworkers. But going into this clarifiers here, we have this Four of Staffs card right here, and this Ace of Cups, then the Page of Cups. So this is going to turn out to be one of those readings. And by one of those, I mean it's talking about somebody's relationship, possibly even twin flame energy. Oh, and maybe I brought that energy in myself. I let it leak in because I was talking about my divine in the beginning of this reading. So yeah, Four of Staff tells me that there is this energy of two souls who have passion for each other, who burn for each other, who yearn for each other, but are not showing each other just how much they fulfill one another. Four of Staffs, twin flame, the Ace of Cups is like this overflowing, abundant love. Then you have this Page of Cups here, which is like baby steps, showing just a little bit, like never fully giving the Ace of Cups. The Page of Cups could never present the Ace of Cups because the Ace of Cups, that's big boy stuff, that's big girl stuff. That's somebody who's completely open and vulnerable. And the Page of Cups is just not that. And I feel like underneath this compassion card is like you may be in a situation where you're dealing with someone who's only showing you the bare minimum in the relationship, or they're only revealing themselves to you piece by piece, bit by bit. And it's frustrating. That's very frustrating because the Page of Cups can represent tantrum energy too. Like you are so emotionally so emotional about a situation but not mature enough to handle it in a more calm, collected way, so it results in like throwing a tantrum. So in the twin flame dynamic, of course there's this overflowing and abundant love, but sometimes it's easy to push that away, or sometimes that energy is pushed away, and you're kind of set apart here in the Page of Cups energy, because yeah, one person may be slow to express themselves, but then the other person throwing a tantrum because you're not getting the love that you want or expect in the time frame that you want or expect. That ain't doing nothing but pushing that person away even more. So they're getting further away, and you're in separation, wondering why the union is not happening. The love is there. Make no mistake about that. The love is there. The ingredients are there for a beautiful creation, but the work that's being put into it, I feel, is like still on an emotionally immature level. There's still emotional immaturity that needs to be addressed here. And I feel like over this weekend, you will be experiencing circumstances that either bring your attention to the emotional immaturity within the union, or you'll be feeling the effects of emotional maturity within the union. And just me being very open and vulnerable with it, like giving it an example. With my divine, I can feel the emotion, but he's not somebody who was into all of this. All of this is like it probably sounds crazy to him. Like I'm the first person who like read him with tarot cards and stuff like that. So it sounds crazy or it feels crazy. But he is like slow to acknowledge or slow to admit the connection, because I can't say he's slow to recognize it, because I do feel that we both recognized it, from the very beginning. That spark is such an abundant spark. It's such an abundant passion and a flame between two people. It's undeniable. Thank you for telling me happy birthday. But yeah, but on the same time, it's like he was more in this energy of like the page of cups, like, oh snap, I wasn't really ready to jump into something this deep. Like I don't think he realized it was something this deep. And me being, into spirituality and all of that, we're like light years apart in terms of like, you know, where he was spiritually and where I am spiritually. Not downing him at all, because I have totally been where he is now. But so the way he was like kind of peeling the layers off of himself was like at a snail's pace. And me being a twin flame, you are your other's equal opposite. So no, so yeah, I may have been able to give more in terms of emotional and been more vulnerable and open with emotions, but on the equal opposite energy of where he was, I was very immature in accepting his evolution on this spiritual journey. He wasn't giving of himself fast enough for me. He wasn't expressing himself fast enough for me. And that in turn led to some outbursts over the course of the union. And I'm not blaming either one of us. I'm not wrong for wanting a certain type of expression of emotion. He's not wrong for feeling pushed away by my emotional outburst. Neither one of us are to blame. But this is just the type of connection that requires a higher accountability. And that's where that compassion comes in. So I feel like, it being my birthday and me not hearing from this person, that's like I said, this weekend you'll be experiencing a circumstance that happens because of that page of cups energy, or something will happen that draws your attention to the page of cups energy. You may realize that a person is not yet ready to give you everything that you would want them to give you, but it's up to you to determine if you love this person enough, and if you want to remain on this twin flame journey enough to accept where they are in their soul's ascension right now. That's where the compassion comes in, because you absolutely have to release these material and 3D judgments and expectations about both yourself and others. I don't blame myself for emotional outbursts, because it, emotional outbursts are a part of that Ace of Cups energy. Everything has an equal opposite energy. So as strong as I felt when I'm having an emotional outburst, that's a mirror of how much I love a person. Otherwise, it'd be like, I cut communication and you just won't hear from me. If I don't care for you, you just won't hear from me. But if I go as far as like snapping on you, it means that you have a special place in my heart. So yeah, that's the energy that I'm getting with that compassion card. Like it's very much so twin flame energy that I'm feeling here. Like the love is there. It's just this weekend you will be facing circumstances, you know, that either result from the emotional immaturity or that pinpoint the emotional immaturity. So just kind of be aware. If you have not gone through a situation with your twin flame that kind of puts you in a place of like wanting to have an outburst, then take this as a good sign and a good warning. You have been told ahead of time, so try to chill if that moment comes. Because I didn't have nobody to tell me to chill. I'm lying. I'm lying. I be watching tarot readings in these YouTube streets, and one woman in particular, I can't, the ghetto nun, she kept saying, "Don't get up off of your throne." And as soon as he came and we had communication, I moved off my throne. Like I didn't sit in that feminine, regal, graceful energy. I got up off of that throne and went to throwing swords. So with my words. So I had a warning. I didn't heed the warning. So if it comes to you, please heed the warning. Let's get some tarot clarifiers for the Guardian card. Please stop jumping on the bed. Thank you. No more monkeys jumping on the bed. You should. 3 tarot clarifiers for the Guardian card. Just spiritual protection. It says you and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. You go through this, or if you're feeling circumstances this weekend that are an effect of emotional kind of immaturity, or just not really knowing how to express oneself emotionally, in or open up with a vulnerability, yeah, or not knowing how to open up and be vulnerable. If when you encounter that this weekend, just know that there is a special type of protection over this union. And one thing about this card that I'm just really drawn to is this deer back here. Deer are such, after they learn how to walk, because when they still learn how to walk, they like be falling all over the place. But once they learn how to walk, they are such graceful, I feel like, creatures, and full of such a beautiful energy and vibrance, and they just want to live and be with their family and eat their little greens or whatever it is that they eat out there in the wild. And I don't know, just beautiful, nice little creatures, like very sweet souls, sweet spirits. And then you have this person here, the archer, who, if it was anyone other than this pure protective energy, they could turn right around and they have a clear shot of this sweet soul. But they choose to like turn and use their arch, or their bow and arrow, to protect this sweet soul. And there's a fire around this person. Like they're going to protect you against all odds. So even if you and your twin are at odds right now, it's like nobody still can tell them about you, or nobody can tell you about them. And that energy is reflected with source. It's like, yeah, this is like source. If source was a person, they'd be sitting there like, look at these two, look at these fools. But I'm gonna let this play out. And the whole time knowing that I'm gonna put this union together in the end, but they both need to learn their lessons. They both need to go and explore and be wild, independent, free will bearing creatures as I created them to be. But I still have protection on them. So, any outside parties that may be trying to come for him, or any outside parties that may be trying to come for her, it's like they'll never prosper. They're not going to prosper. So, if your other twin flame is involved with somebody else, or like kind of, playing the field still out there, looking for other fish in the sea, or whatever they call it, know that there is something so divine and beautiful and spiritually protected about this union, that it won't matter about any outside influences, because nothing can attack this connection. Tarot clarifiers for the Guardian card. Tarot clarifiers for the Guardian. Y'all, I did not plan on doing no twin flame reading. That's that Aquarius in me. I'm real objective. I don't be trying to talk about love all the time, because people have other problems. People be wanting to know about money and be wanting to know about, that job application they just submitted. They be wanting to know about getting approved for a mortgage. People don't want to talk about love all the time, but this is what Spirit wanted to say. This is what Source had for you guys. So to clarify the Guardian card, we have the Hermit, which is like somebody who goes within. They start actively participating in their life. Instead of things happening to you, you start realizing that things are happening because of you, or because of the energy that you hold. So you start looking for deeper meanings in things. Then we have the Three of Swords with the disappointment. And this is about this journey that may not have turned out the way you've been wanting it to turn out. And then realizing here that you are blessed regardless. That even with these disappointments or the heartbreaks, like, you are being refined by fire and you are being built up. So they're a blessing to you. They're placing you on a higher level. They could be a part of your soul's ascension here in the 3D, moving you up to the 4D, 5D, whatever. It's definitely a journey. Absolutely a journey. And for some people, this weekend, February 8th through 10th, it'll be a disappointing, kind of like a bump in the road in this journey for y'all too. So if disappointments happen this weekend, just try to take it as a learning experience. Try to find gold where it doesn't seem like there's any. Like, try to transmute that energy. Look at the situation and see, okay, how is this testing me? How is this happening for me? How is this a blessing in disguise? Because there's still work to be done on both individuals' parts. There's still a lot of work to be done. And eventually it's going to lead to that oneness with the ace card here, like the two of you as a unit. So even the disappointing parts of the journey, honor those too. Give those just as much honor as you give the happy times and the happy moments. Hey, let's get 3 tarot clarifiers for the inner goddess. Another thing is saying that this weekend, since I do kind of read the energies other than just love, yeah, you may be kind of set apart off to yourself this weekend, but there's an opportunity here presenting itself for you to maybe get a little extra coin or for you to get some extra work done. So if you're apart from your twin right now, make sure you make the best of this time. Use this time wisely, be productive. Don't just sit there and be disappointed and heartbroken. Like, get something, get out and get something. Do something for yourself. Beautify yourself. You could be working out. You could be, just making sure your hair and your makeup is done, or go get your nails done. Since we literally have these red painted nails here, go buy yourself something nice, a piece of jewelry maybe. Take a little shopping spree, or just do something that's gonna get your money up. Like, take care of your own physical surrounding, your physical environment. Do something that's good for yourself, and don't just sit in lower vibrational or disappointing energy. Because, like I said, you reflect each other. So if you feel like your twin is in like a low vibrational place, check where you also have low vibrational energy that you may be holding on to or sitting in, and transmute that. Let's get 3 tarot clarifiers for the Aphrodite card, Inner Goddess, which reads, awaken the goddess within you through dance, self-care, and appreciating your divinity. Okay. What's that? Self-care, dance, be active, take care of yourself, you know, be creative with your energy, flow with how you feel, honor your emotions, and then use them to make something beautiful or to feel beautiful. Let's say you feel sad, put on like some instrumental music and like dance to a tempo that matches what you may be feeling. And before you know it, it's like you get into the dancing and that energy is transmuted. Plus, you're working out at the same time. So, keeping that body fine at the same time. Like that type of energy. Just honor yourself. And this is saying, please focus on yourself too. If you're not, happy with the twin flame journey right now, look at where things can be fixed about yourself, because your twin is only going to mirror you. 6 of Swords, Page of Swords, 2 of Coins. Now, you know what? I was just thinking, like, when I was talking about the Inner Goddess card, it was in my mind. I was like, because they probably gonna be watching you anyway. And then we had that Page of Swords card come out here, and this is kind of like, some people refer to it as a stalker card, but I feel like it's like somebody keeping tabs on you, or just wanting to kind of not necessarily supervise or oversee, but I still get that micromanagement kind of vibe, like somebody who's over your shoulder, like trying to watch what you're doing. So even if you're not in communication, it's like I feel like this person is still watching you from afar. Like he's standing on the edge of this cliff, just watching, just watching. And I just heard, give me a reason. Give me a reason. The energy, like, just give me a reason. Let that be the reason. Like, I feel like this person is looking for a sign that it's okay for them to approach you to communicate. Like with this energy up here, like maybe the tantrums that were happening or disappointments that were happening or that may happen or transpire over this weekend, they may be kind of in a place of like, oh, I want to give her the space or I want to give him space. I don't feel like I would be welcome right now. And even if I was, to come in, I don't want to be sent back off again because this person is in this Page of Cups energy. They may not even yet be at the place of being able to recognize that they embody Page of Cups energy because that's just how they are as a person. They're slow to open up, not very vulnerable people, especially with that Hermit card here. Like this person may be used to just kind of being off on their own, doing their own thing. And because this is Virgo energy, I don't really know no Virgos who just open up and admit when they're wrong. No shots at nobody. I'm not taking shots at nobody, but that's just real. And I'm surrounded by Virgos in my life. I don't know any Virgos who just open up and admit when they're wrong like that. I know Virgos who will come in and they will justify why they did what they did. They will state their case for why they did what they did. I even know Virgos who will come in and say, well, I know what I did wrong and I apologize, but they're not going to go into what they did. I've never seen a Virgo like list out, like itemize, well, I did this wrong and I know you should be mad at me because of that. I did that wrong. It's like they will correct themselves in silence and come back to you corrected and expect you not to do any further correcting of them because they already know where they went wrong. And I'm not saying it's a Virgo that you are dealing with, although it could be. That's just the energy that I'm feeling here. But like I said, with this Page of Swords energy coming after that Six of Swords, I feel like this person is kind of just waiting, like watching and waiting. And like I said, with that energy of like, give me a reason, it's like they're waiting for a reason to come and talk to you because they do want to have a better level of communication. They do want to graduate or level up the level of communication between the two of you. It's just, they're just kind of waiting on things to balance themselves because right now they may feel like things are still out of whack between y'all. They may feel like you guys are still on two different levels. They want to be able to see eye to eye with you before they feel like they can come in and really talk without the possibility or the energy of you being on edge. You know, they don't want to have to come in and talk with you and have you on edge and kind of cutting them off. Well, you know how it is when somebody comes to talk to you and they say something, you be like, but it's your fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, or you did that, or I was doing the same thing you do. Like, they don't want to have that. They want it to be real smooth and calm and gentle. Like, they want earthy communication. They want balanced earthy communication. And they want you all to be able to talk about anything without that energy coming out. That popping off energy. And I know I am Poppington Jr. So, and it's not even that I've had to learn this about myself. I have a very strong presence because there's a lion inside of me. I'm a Leo moon. So even when I don't mean to sound mad or defensive, I roar. I can't help it. If I'm interested about anything, my passion translates as a roar. Like when a lion, they may not even be in attack mode. They can yawn and it look like they about to eat your ass. Like, I could be bored with the conversation and it's just my voice. And I'll sound like I'm entertaining an argument or like I'm debating. I can be, dead in love with you and my passion for you. It sounds like I'm just talking loud like this. And that's not what I mean. So I have to pay attention to my communication. And I feel like with this Page of Swords energy, that's also an energy saying that you just have to kind of be more aware. This is the awareness card. The page is like somebody who has just been given the gift or just promoted to this position of being able to wield a sword. So they are just getting into a position where they can understand how communication is a tool for them, or how communication can be a weapon. So they're just learning the art of communication. So you have to pay attention to how you communicate in order for this happier, communication to come between y'all. This weekend you will have a spotlight on that, because like I said, once they feel like things are balanced, and once they feel like the water is calm and it's safe for them to come ashore, then they will. There's this island off in the distance. It's like right now they feel like they're very far away from it, but it's kind of like they're kind of just sitting back watching you. And as you do things that honor your inner goddess and that help you to reach that zen place of divinity within yourself, where you don't have to argue with anything, or you don't have to have fearful reactions, then that's when they'll feel safe to come on in. That's when they'll feel like there's enough balance for them to come on in and y'all can talk about anything, but not a second sooner. Because I feel very strongly that this weekend you'll be feeling either the backlash of this type of energy, or there's something that's coming to happen or about to happen. This is like the perfect circumstances for the Page of Cups energy to show itself. Oh Lord, hope this toy Nova, not that toy, baby, not that one. I'm sorry. Not that one, not now. But yeah, like I was saying, it's either the perfect energy of you feeling the effects of that kind of emotional outburst, or not opening up and being vulnerable, or it is, this is going to start something. This is going to be a catalyst for the next phase of the twin flame journey for you and your other person. But do keep in mind, like I said in the beginning, that, it being a twin flame journey, there is love here that is not going anywhere. It's overflowing. And even when there's so much love that it spills out and maybe makes a mess, like you're spiritually protected. You and the other person is spiritually protected. So make the most of any disappointments and hiccups and stuff along the journey. Like, just always be building yourself. That's one thing that I've always kind of preached or taught on this channel since the very beginning. And it ain't even been that long, but since like last May, you have to always be investing in yourself, always doing what's best for yourself. So in the face of this journey that has heartbreaks and disappointments, and it leaves you wanting to know why things are happening the way they happen, you have to always be looking out for yourself. Always be making sure that you hold your value and that you maintain your value. So you can never say that you didn't put in the work, or you can never say that you didn't try your best, or you didn't do your best, or that you didn't show up as a valuable and abundant energy within this union. Not saying that you're going to point the blame on the other party, but you can always feel good at the end of the day, even if you have an emotional outburst. Because, like I said, I have a tongue, I have a sharp tongue, and I have that lion inside of me. So I have kind of snapped sometimes, but I still feel damn good about myself and what I contribute to this union, because I'm not perfect and neither is your twin. But this weekend, just kind of pay attention to that. Like I was saying with the goddess guidance cards, have compassion. Try to release your judgments. Just because the person isn't doing what you want them to do, or acting how you want them to act, or moving at the pace that you would like, it doesn't mean that they are trying to intentionally hurt you. You just have to release your judgments and expectations, and just focus on the love within the union, or focus on, good thoughts about when y'all do come together and what y'all's bigger mission is here on earth. And know through it all that you are divinely protected. Everything's going to be all good. And take care of yourself, goddess. Take care of yourself. Transmute that energy. If you feel in any type of way, do something productive with it. Like, I was sitting here feeling like, dang, I would have liked to hear from him on my birthday. I can't get mad at him for not saying nothing to me on my birthday. I could, but I'm not. Knowing the things that I said the last time we spoke. But I'm gonna take this energy and be like, oh, well, I'll go and do some readings and see what comes up, you know. And as always, Source gonna look out for you, girl. Source gonna look out for y'all too, as always. So yeah, this has been like your weekend reading here. Just try to stay calm, try to keep it together. Let me be a warning to you if you haven't experienced that little hiccup in the relationship. If you have already experienced it, then maybe just expect to have to navigate through some difficult energy or really missing this person this weekend, wanting them to come in or wanting to talk to this person, but having them be afraid to come in and talk to you, or having them just not even afraid, just kind of sitting back because they don't want to deal with like arguments and stuff. That type of energy. Just get some balance. Do the best that you can for yourself. Get your coins up in any way that you can. Take care of you. Work on that emotional maturity. And everything's going to work out because, again, you are spiritually protected. So I thank y'all so much for tuning in, you know, coming kicking it with me on my birthday. I may go now and do some like individual sign by sign readings, or I may just do one reading where I do each sign and do timestamps. I don't know. I don't know because it is my birthday and it's still other stuff that I can do that I can get into tonight. But for right now, I'm chilling and maybe I'll come back and do some more readings. So yeah, again, thank you guys, and I will see y'all in the next reading. Bye.